Hello, hello. Give me 1 second, everybody, to get this link where it needs to go. We are doing this live. Here we go. Hello, hello. Give me 1 second, everybody. I can hear myself. But I don't want to hear myself. All right, so I'm going to share this link to a couple of places. Then we're going to rock and roll. Here we go. I'm gonna snag this right here. Close that. And then I'm gonna come right back here. All right, I know this is super boring, but today I'm doing things a little bit differently. I'm doing this live stream via YouTube, so I apologize if you're watching the replay and you're like, what's going on? All right, I believe everything is where it needs to go. So hello, everyone. If you are watching live from YouTube, there is a chat box right next to the video so I can see your questions and comments on through there. I'm going to be focusing on the presentation that I'm giving. So if I don't see any specific questions after my presentation, I will be sure to go back and answer them for sure. Secondly, I want to say that I'm hosting this as a general video. So if you are watching this video and it was shared with you by someone that you know that is a doTERRA wellness advocate, first of all, say thank you, because this information is really powerful and life-changing. And the person who invited you to watch this cares enough about you to get this information in your hands and to do it in a way that's easy to digest. Because sometimes when you hear people talk about things like plant or herbal or essential oils, it can be way over the top and you're just like, I don't even know what's happening. I don't know how to use this. So whoever invited you to watch this is thinking of you and wanting you to know this information in a way that is simple and easy to apply. Also, if after watching this video, you have any questions about anything that was presented in the video or essential oils in general, reach out to that person. Reach out to the person who invited you. They are going to help you. That's why you were invited to watch this to begin with. They have a link too so that you can go through any items that you might have a question to. The website itself is full of explanations on how to use things and what to use them for. So you are in good hands. Make use of your doTERRA Wellness Advocate. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and jump right in because I have some slides to share. Oop, I did not want to do that. What is happening? All right. Okay, my slides went away. That's weird. Oh, hold on. All right, here we go. I was like, what's going on? Okie dokie. So I am going to it's not going to be in full presentation mode, simply because I want to be able to see people's comments on YouTube. And if I do that, then I won't be able to see your comments. But it should be large enough that it is easy for you to see. So I'm just going to do this real quick and make sure that my screen is large enough and easy to see. Yes, perfect. Yes, so if you're used to watching this live stream from inside the group, this link is supposed to go to YouTube. That was done intentionally. So if you are confused, do not be confused. That was done on purpose. So I'm going to present, and then every once in a while, I'm going to move this down so that I can see questions in comments on YouTube. Okay. So today we're going to talk about essential oils, but we're really going to talk about natural solutions for a healthy and empowered life. If you know me, if you're in my community, you know that sovereignty is like my brand and the word that I talk about all the time. Living a sovereign life, living an empowered life that is by your rules and not governed by anything external to me is so important, especially in these times. And my personal passion for educating people with this comes from, was really brought to me by the climate that we're living in right now, where there's all this external messaging of what we're supposed to be doing with our bodies and who we're supposed to be listening to. And if you notice, all of it is super external. It's like, listen to this person about what to do with your body, listen to that person about how to take care of your body. And it's like, wait a second, what about what I think about taking care of my body? What about educating myself so that I know how to take care of my body in a way that feels good to me and doesn't frighten me or doesn't make me feel coerced or doesn't make me feel, less than in some way. So that's really where my passion for educating people about these kinds of solutions that are very simple to have on hand and very powerful came into play. And so we're going to talk about safe, effective, and affordable health solutions, which I know everybody wants, right? Anytime you can avoid going into an ER, an urgent care, a doctor's office or something like that, is a preferred avenue. So someone just mentioned that they cannot chat, like they can't comment on my YouTube video unless they themselves have a channel. I have never heard of that before. Like if you have a Gmail account, you can log in. You don't have to have your own YouTube channel. You can have just a Gmail account and log in, and you should be able to comment on the video. Just FYI, if anybody else is wondering that, you should have access to that, no problem. And if you are in the Facebook group and you're watching this, you can also comment below or leave me comments or message me, whatever you need to do, and I'll answer them, or just leave comments and after the video, I'll go through them in my group personally and I'll answer them. And if you're watching this in another group, then whoever shared this video into the group, leave them questions in the comment section of the video so that they can get back to you. So the number one thing I want everyone to know is that you have choices. You are not without options. There's not just one way of doing health, okay? Even though right now the message we're receiving from the mainstream is there is. There isn't. So there are multiple ways for you to take care of your well-being for like everyday kind of things. And once upon a time, we used to do this. Once upon a time, in ancient times, these kinds of oils and resins and herbs were so prized because this is what people got used to taking care of themselves with, because there wasn't a system like the one we have now. And I'm not shitting on allopathic medicine. I just want to be clear about that. They're really brilliant when it comes to emergency care. You break a bone, you need a transplant, things of that nature. They have a place and a role. What they don't do well is preventative care. And they definitely don't do well getting to the root of problems. Oftentimes it's a lot of bandaging, and they don't actually understand what's happening. And all the things they're trying to give you to solve one problem causes another problem. And it's just like a ton of issues stacked upon each other. So they want you to believe there is no other option. I'm here to tell you that you have many choices when it comes to how to govern your own health. Now, the modern approach to well-being is the one that you see on screen. It's symptom managing, which is exactly what I just talked about. It's all the medication is made from isolated synthetic agents. And what's ironic is that medication is a version of plant medicine because they can't get the active agents for healing things unless they get it from plants. But then, of course, you add a little bit of petroleum to that. Yeah, petrol's in there, which is ridiculous. I have so many things to say about that. You add other synthetic agents to that. And then, of course, you create a product that treats and also has a ton of side effects, some of which you know, some of which you don't know. It is a $6.5 trillion a year spent on global healthcare. Now there's add way more to that. And the truth is, are we really healthier? Just look around. Are we really better than we were 10 years ago, 20 years ago? We keep adding more money to this. We keep making more advancements, but as a populace, are we actually healthier? And if you know me, you know I teach human design. Hi, Melody. You know I teach human design. And so my reflectors, if you are a reflector in human design, are we better? Because you guys are the barometers of society. So you guys are going to know 100% if we're better. You tell me. How are we doing as a society, since you have that wisdom in all of your openness in your design? And so this is the cycle right here. Man produces something, it addresses a symptom, and the needs remain. So the symptoms are really the primary focus of care, and the root cause is just sort of like, well, if we can't get to it immediately, then we're just kind of like, meh. Here's a natural approach to dealing with issues of health and well-being. We look at what does the body need and what are the root causes first and foremost. We just go straight to that. Primarily using things that are extracted from plants, not primarily only using things from plants. We enhance physical and emotional health, and we recognize that things like mental health and emotional health are equally as important as things like physical health. And we want to make sure that whatever we're taking is safe and doesn't have crazy side effects that could be even more damaging than the original problem we started with. I'm sorry. I'm reading a message from one of my reflectors who's watching this video right now. And when I said to her, are we doing any better? She responded with, we sure the fuck aren't. And then I left. So this is the cycle of the natural approach. Nature makes something, a plant, a resin, a bark, sap, which is divinely created to address a root cause. And you guys, the planet wasn't made haphazardly. Okay, everything that we need to take care of ourselves is on this planet. We are in the most beautiful symbiotic relationship with this planet when it comes to the things that we need for well-being and what the planet grows and produces. It is on the planet. It might not be in where you are located, but what you need to take care of yourself exists on the planet. And our job, my job, as I see it as a wellness advocate, is to put it into the hands of people, to get these things that I know work, that are cultivated and harvested from all around the world, and get them to people so that you guys can do the healing that you deserve to do. So let's talk about 3 things today, okay? So number 1 is, what are essential oils? And number 2, how do we use essential oils? And number 3, how do you get them into your home? First thing I want you to know is that essential oils are effective. Lots of people have questioned this, and with good reason, because the thing about the essential oil industry is that it's not a regulated industry. And so you can go to Walmart, you can go to Ross, Marshalls, any of those places, and see bottles that say essential oil on them, and they even say therapeutic grade on them, and they're not. Because by law, they only have to be 5% pure EO in order to be able to be slapped on with a label that says essential oil. So if you're buying a bottle of frankincense for $10, that's not frankincense. That's 4% frankincense, and God knows what else is put in there, and you shouldn't be putting it in your body. You shouldn't be eating it, applying it, or smelling it, guaranteed. Okay, so the Doterra Promise, first and foremost, is that everything you're going to get in these bottles is 100% essential oil. None of it is cut with any other filler, artificial, nothing. It is the pure plant product. Whatever is distilled from the resin, the bark, or the leaf is in that bottle, and it does exactly what it says it does. Okay, we're going to talk about uses in a second. One of the uses I'm going to talk about is internal. When I talk about internal, I am only and strictly referring to doTERRA oils, and not all of them are meant to be used internally. Only some are meant to be used internally, and none of them are meant to be used internally for children. Children are only topical or aromatic, okay? When I'm talking about internal usage, I'm referring to adults. There's a limit for how much you can consume, and it's only certain oils. And the ones that can be used for internal consumption are labeled with the supplements fact label. I'm looking at my bottles right now, and I want to show you. Hold on. I'm going to show you what I mean by that. right here. So here is a bottle of wild orange. Okay. Right here, there's a supplements fact label on the back. Just like if you were buying any other product that's edible, it has a supplements fact label. Okay. All of our oils don't have that. Only some of them do. So I just want to make that clarifying point. But essential oils are highly effective when used in any three of those ways: aromatic, topically, or internally. So these natural aromatic and medicinal compounds, okay, are extracted from pieces of plant. Some plants, it's the leaf. Some plants, it's the bark. Some plants, it's sap. Copaiba, for example, or Copaiba, is from Brazil, and the way that they make Copaiba oil is they actually tap the tree, like you were going to get maple, for example, from a tree. It's a similar way. They tap the tree, they open the tap, and this thick sap comes out, and from that they distill and they make Copaiba oil. Frankincense is a resin. It's actually a piece of resin, and in ancient times they would just burn that resin and, you know, clean the space with it. It's a very, frankincense is my favorite oil. It's a very highly spiritual oil. It's known as an oil of truth. But they create the oil from the resin. So for every plant, it's different. But what it is, it's a distilled version of the medicinal version of that plant. Now, here's something that's really, really cool about essential oils that I think a lot of people don't understand. Essential oils, pure essential oil, passes through the cell membrane. Okay, so it works to help the cell from the inside. Okay, a lot of times when we take certain things to help us feel better or heal, the cell membrane itself will kind of repel the thing from coming in and doing the work that it's supposed to do, right? But with essential oils, it actually does penetrate the cell membrane wall, which allows it to go straight to the center and do the work that it's supposed to do. Okay. And as a result, it addresses root cause issues because it's working on a cellular level. Essential oils are also really potent. So 1 drop of peppermint oil, pure peppermint oil, equals 28 cups of peppermint tea. That's the equivalent. So I'm going to ask you, if you had a stomach ache and you wanted to have some peppermint in your life, would you rather drink 28 cups of peppermint tea, or would you rather take 1 drop of peppermint oil either in a capsule or underneath your tongue, and deal with the situation right away? I would personally want to drink a drop of peppermint oil. I could probably drink a cup of peppermint tea, but 28 is we're pushing it. Okay. So in that sense, it is super affordable because it is pennies per drop, and 1 drop is really all you need when it comes to treating yourself to make a difference. Okay. Now, Doterra is safe and 100% pure. They are the most tested brand of oil and the most respected brand of oil. And as of late, that's only increasing because they're now moving to get a pharmaceutical grade label for their essential oils. We already have 1 oil. Our lavender oil is officially considered a pharmaceutical grade oil. There's no other oil brand in the world that has that label or that is like FDA approved, which me and the FDA, but you know, that's a big deal, especially for essential oils. It's a really big deal. So just know that with Doterra, you could also ask for purity reports and they turn them over. They're extremely transparent about the testing that they do with their essential oils. And we'll talk about why that is too, and why I think they source the best. There's a reason for why I personally think. Like I said, most tested and most trusted. And this is a little bit that shows you the breakdown of the essential oil industry. The majority of them being synthetic. There's a small portion of them that are like what's considered food grade essential oil. And then there's a small portion that's labeled therapeutic. But then CPTG, okay, the CPTG label is only for our oils. And that is a quality and purity standard for them, okay? So what does that mean? Our plants are harvested in their natural habitat. So this is part of what I mean why I think we have the best, because we don't just grow all our own plants regardless of whether that habitat is ideal for the plant or not. We actually go out and build relationships with farmers that grow these plants in the local habitats to make sure we are getting the purest form of that plant growing in its natural environment and cultivated by its people. Okay, the people who have done this for generations of cultivating these plants, they have a relationship to the earth around them. They have a relationship to that part of the world where they are cultivating these plants. And so we go out there as a company and we establish these business relationships to make sure we're bringing money into their communities and helping them and developing them. I'll talk a little bit more about that later because there's something happening this month that's really special in regards to that. And they help us cultivate these plants in their natural environment. And of course, stringent third-party testing for sure to make sure that what we actually have in our bottle and what we're giving to you is exactly what is labeled on this bottle. So let's talk about how to use them. There's 3 ways we use oils. The first one is aromatic. So aromatic means anything that you're breathing in. So you can either put it in a diffuser, as you see in this picture. You can put it on your hands and take a deep breath. You can topically as well. That counts as topically, the body ones. But anything where you are breathing in the oil, you go in the shower, drop a little drop in the corner of the shower so it doesn't run off, but the steam of the shower helps it to bring the scent alive. And I love doing that with our Breathe blend. It's our respiratory blend, and it's really amazing for that. You can also do it actually in a pot. Like if you steam water, you can drop a drop in there and then kind of hover over and breathe that in. Amazing for respiratory health. So here's an example of aromatic peppermint and what peppermint does. It helps to cool the body. It keeps you alert. It relieves head tension and it promotes clear breathing. And it also relieves stomach upset when ingested. Now, really cool experiment to do with peppermint. Either for a headache, you can take a drop of it and put it at the roof of your mouth and just press it up there. You'll feel cool immediately. Or if you're done working out and you want to cool down faster, you just put a drop in the back of your neck and you'll just immediately feel your whole body cool down. I actually did that when I had a fever last, and it helped break my fever and like calm down my entire body. It was pretty wicked how fast it worked. Wild orange, so what I have right here. It is a powerful cleanser and purifying agent. So cleaning, this is a great product to put into spray bottles for cleaning. It also supports healthy immune function. And it's a citrus oil, so it's very uplifting for the mind. So citrus oils in general, we have a couple of blends that are just citrus blends. They are the antidote to low feelings. So feelings of depression, feelings of just grief, deep feelings, low feelings. Citrus really pulls you out of that. So wild orange is really popular. It's really inexpensive oil, and it's really popular. Topical. So topical means anything where you're applying it to your body. Bottoms of the feet is really popular because of like reflexology. You have a lot of acupoints that your acu lines run through your body, and they exit points are through the hands and the feet. So applying essential oils to the feet give direct access to those acupoints to organs. And so it works in very much the same way as like reflexology would target other systems of the body through the feet. Deep blue is a great one. This is amazing for pre and post workout. It has kind of like a minty, refreshing, invigorating scent. We also have a lotion, a deep blue lotion, which is really powerful for muscle aches or joint discomforts. Can be used for a calm and comforting massage as well. Or like I said, any achy feeling you have in your body. Then you have internal use, and it says only CPTG oils, which are oils. You can use them in water, you can use them under the tongue, or in a veggie capsule, which we also carry. On Guard is a really popular one to do this with because this is our immune blend. It's a combination of like 8 different oils, I think, like 5 to 8, if I'm not mistaken. And it's all of them proven to be extremely powerful for combating any threats to the immune system. You can also diffuse it to cleanse the air. My husband loves this particular blend because it has a very cinnamony fall smell to it. So he loves to have this one diffused. So how do they help? So my dream world, everybody has cabinets that look like this. Because one thing about doTERRA that's really powerful, I think, is that they cultivate these amazing essential oils and they make sure that everybody has access to them. And then they've also gone above and beyond to create products that we use in our everyday life: toothpaste, mouthwash, shampoo, leave-in conditioner, acne treatments, probiotics, vitamins. They have gone out of their way to make sure that they create a whole line of products that are clean, don't have anything shady or weird in them, and that are powered by essential oils. So here's an example of some of those extra things here. We have the Correct-X, which is an acne. We have a vapor stick for breathing. We have the Protective Blend soft gels, which you would take if you start to feel like you're coming down with something or you're not feeling too hot. We're going to cover a couple of these items in here as well. But here are self-care items that I was just talking about: lotions, the shampoos. We also have diffusers, on-site hand wash. So basically transforming the home. That was their mission, to bring natural, the healing plant medicine into everybody's home by way of oils and also by way of products that are typically toxic. A lot of these things we buy in the store, and they're full of parabens, sulfates, and problematic chemicals that are massive endocrine disruptors and create a bunch of hormonal problems for women. And something I've really noticed, and I was just talking about this not too long ago, the amount of women that I personally know that are experiencing miscarriages or infertility is crazy high right now, like insane. I've never noticed it more than I have recently. And I myself have had several miscarriages before I had my daughter recently. And so it makes me wonder if all of these products that we've used for a long time, you know, our parents use, and then they put on us since we're kids, and now we're growing up with a side effect of that in our bodies. How much has that affected our natural hormone response, our ability to regulate? Like, how much has that really taken away from us in quality of life that we don't even really recognize, because there's no way to track that. There's no way to really know, right? So I am forever indebted to companies like doTERRA, who have gone above and beyond to create things that are clean and work, not just clean. Because how many of you guys have bought a clean product that doesn't fucking work, right? Like laundry detergent that doesn't fucking clean your clothes, or toothpaste that tastes like shit. I have a ton of times, or vitamins that don't do anything. You know, it's like, I don't want just a clean product. I want something that actually works, that I feel different when I use it, or I see it working. Okay. So the first thing I would like you guys to do before you reach out to your person, your doTERRA wellness advocate, is answer these questions. Make a column on a sheet of paper of, what do you want to feel less of? Maybe you want to feel less tired. Maybe you want to feel less sick all the time. Maybe you want to feel less like low feelings, right? And then what do you want to feel more of? Think of things in your life that, man, would really transform your life. I want to feel more rested. I want to feel more energized. I want to feel more focused, right? Focus is a huge one for me. I have an ADHD, and I have ADHD, and I'm an entrepreneur, and I have 2 kids. Okay. So my brain is everywhere all the time, and focus was enormous for me. So that was one of the first things I put down I wanted to deal with, was focus. Anxiety, which is another side effect of having ADHD. I wanted to handle my anxiety, and I also wanted to feel more energized. Okay, so those were 3 things that are really important to me. So just make this list for yourself, because when you bring this list to your person and you say, hey, this is when I want to feel less of, this is what I want to feel more of, they're going to be able to direct you better to solutions that work specifically for you. Okay. And are you ready to discover simple solutions to these things? Now, the next section of this, we're going to cover some oils that are really popular, blends and single oils, what they do, how you can use them, and then I'll tell you how you guys can get your hands on them by contacting your doTERRA wellness advocate. Okay. All right, let's jump in with Breathe, the respiratory blend. This one for me right now is imperative. Everybody has it in their home. During the season that we're living in, where respiratory issues are going around, where it's Rota or Rona or whatever, this one, have it. And we have a kit actually that's the Breathe oil. It's a vapor stick and it's 2 bags of Breathe drops. So like Halls, for example, but made with Breathe oil. Get it. Have it in your cabinet. Tuck it away. That's all I'm going to say. Digestin is a miracle digestive blend, okay? Not only do we have this oil, but we also have Terrazyme, which is a digestive aid. It's like a tablet, but also includes digestin, the oil. So this helps with bloating, gas, nausea. I used it recently when I got a bout of nausea, stomach upset. It's very strong in the fennel, so I don't like that taste, so I do not put it underneath my tongue. I put it in a veggie capsule and I knock it back, but you really only need like a drop, 1. Past tense. Now this is a very interesting, so we have oil bottles like the ones that like this one that you just, you take the cap off and you just pour the oil out. Okay, actually I'm gonna put a drop on my hands right now of orange because it's uplifting and I love that. It's so good. Whew. We have these kinds of bottles, or we also have something called Touch, which is these roller bottles, okay? Doterra Touch rollers. So the rollers are already pre-diluted. What's in these bottles is pure essential oil. There is no dilution happening on here. Some of these will be safe for you to apply directly. Some of them are really strong, so you're going to want to add them to a carrier oil, like a lotion or something like that. But these rollers are already pre-diluted, meaning they have fractionated coconut oil inside of them. And then this oil blend or the oil is added to it in the correct proportion, and it's pre-diluted for adults. Okay, you can make your own diluted rollers for children, but it's a different amount of drops. Okay, so we have a whole line of the Touch rollers, but this one, past tense, it helps with head and shoulder discomfort, headaches as well, just in general pressure in the head. You can apply it to the temples, the back of the neck. It's also invigorating, but it's called the tension blend. I've also heard a really powerful story of a woman using it to deal with grief from her past. And, it's called past tense. And so she just kind of intuitively was led to use it for the emotional support, and it really worked for her. So just going to put that out there. Tea tree is one of my favorite oils. It's an antiseptic, it's an antibacterial, it's an antiviral, it kills acne. You can clean with it. I mean, this is the oil everybody uses in their house for everything. You can use everything. You can use it for everything. Lavender is super, super soothing to the nervous system. It's also amazing for your skin. If you have a topical burn, I don't mean an open burn, not an open wound, but something that's just very surface, just a little bit irritated, lavender takes this thing out right away. It is magical how that works. It's also really amazing for just your skin tone, for evening and brightening skin. It's so good. And everybody knows that it's nice for like rest and sleep, but it's also really powerfully healing as well. Serenity is our restful blend. So this is actually a blend that we have for sleep. I like to put this one in. I have a humidifier / diffuser. Not every humidifier is a diffuser, but the one I have is both for my kids. And so the Serenity blend is really nice to put into both of theirs to just stimulate that restful environment. I know a lot of parents are wondering like what they can do to help their kids sleep. This. You can put it on the bottom of your feet as well to help you rest. Smells lovely. It calms emotions. It lowers the anxiety feeling as well. We also have Serenity Capsules as well. So we have them formulated in a capsule form so you can take them for sleep. This is fractionated coconut oil. We also have it, so you can get it from us if you want to create your own rollers, but it's fractionated coconut oil is different than coconut oil you'd use like for cooking. It's just a different consistency. It's a beauty grade, it's therapeutic grade, and it's meant specifically to add things like oils to. Okay. We have a blend called Aromatouch, which is a massage blend specifically for relaxation and release tension. And when I say a blend, I mean that it contains multiple single oils. For example, tea tree is a single oil, lemon is a single oil, lavender is a single oil. Blends combine several of the single oils to make a blend. These blends are doTERRA specific blends: Breathe, Aromatouch, Serenity, On Guard. Those are doTERRA specific formulated blends. That's what I'm referring to. Frankincense is a single oil. My favorite. Not only is it the spirit of truth, it's amazing for balancing the mind and lifting the mood. It's a cellular miracle. It helps cells heal. I mean, from anything, whether it's topical or internally. Crazy. I used it. I remember my husband got into a car accident and he had a lot of pain in his body. And the only really thing I had on me was frankincense. I didn't have our turmeric dual capsules. I didn't have any of the other stuff. So I gave him some capsules of turmeric consistently throughout the day for a couple of frankincense throughout the day for a couple of days. And he was like, you know what? My body really does feel less achy. I feel more calm in my body and don't have as much pain. It was just like an intuitive decision on my end to do that, but it totally worked for him. So frankincense to me is one of those oils that must remain in everyone's home as well. Lemon is similar to wild orange. It's very uplifting. It's a great surface cleanser. It neutralizes odors very well. Can be used to soothe the sore throat. I know a lot of people like to put just a drop of it in like a thing of water and just drink it all day long. Another way to use that. Terrazyme is a digestive tablet I was just talking about that supports healthy enzyme in the gut to promote nutrient absorption. If you're someone who struggles with malabsorption, I know a lot of people are in that boat. Terrazyme is amazing for that. This right here is the Champion supplement. It's a combination of essential oil, but it also contains herbals and like a vitamin complex, right? There's 3 different bottles. There's a microplex, which is our food grade, like vitamin blend. There's also the EO Omega, which is essential fatty acids, and the Alpha CRX, which is literally a cellular food complex. So it's designed to help restore cells to healthy function that might not be so healthy. Right here is a little bit about each one. I'll just leave that slide up so that you guys can read a little bit more in detail. And if you guys have any questions about any of these, again, reach out to your person because we have so much literature that we can send you. So many things for you guys to read more. But these 3 bottles cover your basis of everything your body needs for really powerful function. And for those people who are like, we don't need a supplement, we just need to eat right. Maybe 50 years ago, that was true. But the way that food is farmed now and grown now, that is completely untrue. Our soil is so nutrient deficient, it's depressing. And even if you're eating super clean and you're eating organic and whatever, you still don't get everything that you need. Supplementation has become, unfortunately, a necessary part of modern day living if you don't want to have a subpar experience of reality. So the key is to find supplementation that is functional, digestible, methylated, chelated, absorbable by the body, and you're not just going to poop out the same vitamin that you just took in, right? And so that's where these come in. So here's an example of a schedule for how to use supplements. This is what this is, daily habit schedule. So you take your capsules with morning and noon meals. 2 of each of these. You do a digestive support, 1 to 3 capsules each meal. Of course, depending on how much support you need, you can use lemon for cleansing, frankincense for cell support, On Guard for immune support, balance. Oh my God, I love balance oil. This is a topical aromatic one. It's not one that you ingest, but it is so, so grounding. It is it's the scent that brought me to doTERRA actually. And we have deodorant with balance, and we have balance bar as well for like body wash. Amazing. That's the best. And then PB Assist, which is our probiotic defense. So this is just giving you an example of how you would incorporate these things. Of course, when you get a kit or a combination of any of these products, your wellness advocate will be happy to either do a video with you or a phone call or message or whatever you're comfortable with to help you understand how to incorporate what you have. So never feel afraid to reach out to your person and say, hey, I have all these things. I don't know how to use them. Please help me make a schedule. That's why we're here. So how do we get these oils into our home? We've learned what they are. We've learned how to use them. How do we get them, right? The easiest thing to do is to pick up something called a kit, right? Enrollment kits give you a combination of things that you are more than likely going to want to use together in combination. It also gives it to you for a really good deal. It takes off a lot of the pricing as if you were, instead of you buying everything individually. Here's an example of one kit. It's called the Healthy Habits Kit. Okay. Now here's the other perk about getting a kit. Once you get a kit, any kit, we have several of them you can choose from, smaller ones, bigger ones, everything in between. You're automatically enrolled as a wholesale customer. What does that mean for you? That means from now on, whenever you go get anything from that website, you get the member rate, which is 25% less than the retail price. Okay. And that adds up. Trust me when I say. So you don't have to pay extra for the membership. You get the kit and you are good to go. So here's an example of Healthy Habits. I gave this to someone who came to me who had a lot of digestive issues, a lot of malabsorption issues. She's really struggling with gut health. And I specifically gave it to her for the Terrazyme, for the Alpha CRX, on the PB Assist, and everything else for her was just a bonus. Frankincense is in here, which is amazing. So she got this, and this has been game-changing for her and her general health. Healthy Start is actually the one that I started with. These are all the oils that I got. There are 10 most popular oils. Here's a little diffuser that I got with it, and I got, because I wanted to try some of these blends. I definitely wanted On Guard and Breathe. I wanted frankincense for sure. I love tea tree. So I was like, okay, I'll get the 10 most popular ones and I'll try them. And then I've had to rebuy everything because I've either given them to people to try or I've used them all already. The Natural Solutions is our largest kit. So this is one of like our biggest, has all the things. This is for someone who wants to overhaul their house and say, I want to throw everything away and start over. This is for you. And it comes with this beautiful little box so you can store your oils in, but you get that sanitizing spray, beadlets, rollers, shampoo, deep blue, the vapor stick, the toothpaste. I'm obsessed with. I'll tell you what, if you're watching this video, if you're in my community and you're watching this video and you're like, I'm going to get a kit, regardless of what kit you get, I will send you toothpaste samples because I'm so obsessed with them. Everybody needs to try them. So this is one of our larger ones for like a life overhaul. Healthy Home Kit is a smaller, still big set, but it's smaller. Has that same little diffuser that I got. These, I think these are the bigger bottles, the 15 ml. And then you have toothpaste, a concentrate cleaner, which I think is amazing, hand wash, shampoo, conditioner, and sanitizing spray. I think I already said that. There's more than these as well. I will stop this in a second and I will show you all of the other options when I am done. But I just want to give you an idea of how these kits are created and set up. Okay, there are other ones as well. So the smartest way to buy is with loyalty rewards. Remember when I talked about if you get a kit, you automatically become a wholesale member and you get 25% below retail. Your membership is free right here. If you order through retail, that's fine. If you just want to buy a single item, it's totally fine. You're just paying retail price. Okay. Now here's the cool part about becoming a member. If you become a member and you're like, okay, I love these products, I obviously want to use them. And you place an order a month of 50 PV, which could be just a couple of products that you use every month that you love, you swear by, even just vitamins. You're like, I just want the vitamins. So I want to order the vitamins every month. Fine. And again, you can cancel or change at any time. But if you want to do that, then what ends up happening is you start earning a percentage of product points back, okay, every month. And it starts at 10% that you're earning back, and then it goes all the way to 30%, okay? So you are getting 30% of those product points back, and it's point per dollar value. So in essence, you're getting money to buy more things for yourself and for your home. Okay. And if you order 125 PV before the 15th of the month, then you also get a free product of the month on top of earning all of your points as well. So this is a good option. The loyalty rewards program is a great option for anybody who wants to actually earn points back to get more product. And there's a ton of products. I mean, it's just, there's so much that you can get here to overhaul, like, again, shampoo, conditioner, you know, things in your medicine cabinet. There are so many options outside of essential oils. Now, if you are someone who loves this and you love the world of the natural things, okay, and you're like, I want to help other people do this too. You're watching this and you're thinking to yourself, I want to do that. That sounds like something that I would like to do, is educate other people on how to bring this into their homes. Then I invite you to reach out to the person who is sharing this presentation with you and ask them how you do that. What does it mean to become a wellness advocate? Honestly, becoming a wellness advocate is the exact same as being a member. There's no real extra step. It's the same thing. The only benefit is that you also get to earn an income while you're sharing this information, or while you're helping people find solutions for their home. Okay. And I love this quote because it's so true. Every time you buy a bottle of doTERRA essential oils, you are changing someone's life. So this is the sourcing model that we believe in, which is moving into communities that have experience with these plants and helping them meet their needs. A story that really touches me is that when they landed in Brazil to source Copaiba, Dr. Hill, which is one of the leading physicians on the board for doTERRA, we have a lot of doctors and a lot of scientists on our board that with product production, involved with product production. He arrived to this village, and the first thing he asked them was, what are your major medical needs to this village? And by and large, everyone said dental. We need help. We don't have dental care. You know, our mouths are really bad, our teeth are rotting. And so doTERRA organized bringing the members of the village to local dentists in the city, which is a distance out, so that they could get dental work and get looked at, right? So not only did they go there saying, hey, we want to build a business relationship with you, we want to fund your farm and cultivate this Copaiba with us, but also like, how can we serve you? Before we even do that, before there's even a business transaction, before any of that, how can we serve you so that your community is in a better place than it was before we got here? And I have chills saying that, because to me, this touches me so much about doTERRA as a company. Hearing the stories of these villagers firsthand, like I did this past year during convention, was just, it put something in my heart that said, if you want to be involved with anything that has impact to any degree, this is such an amazing avenue to add to your life, because you are directly changing these people's lives by purchasing anything as a customer or by being an advocate and working with other people. So if you are someone who just says, you know what, I want to change my life, I want to learn how to use these things, I want to clean up my home, I don't want to use toxic products anymore, endocrine disruptors, then you can get your hands on something called the Live Guide, which exists in PDF format and also physical. Again, ask your wellness advocate. And what this is going to do is help you look at how to incorporate these things into your life. And you can also schedule something that's called a lifestyle overview with your wellness advocate to help you implement any components of the kit that you pick up. If you're someone who can see yourself wanting to share this with other people, maybe you don't necessarily want to be a wellness advocate, but you would love to host classes like this one for people in your community because you think it would really benefit their lives, then ask your wellness advocate how to get your hands on something called the Share Guide. Okay, because this is a way for you to spread the gospel of natural health, as my friend Alina would say, and earn free products as well. Usually when you volunteer to host a class, the teacher, the essential oil educator, will also gift you with things as a result of that. So that's a great way for you to give some free goodies and also share this with other people. And if you're someone who wants to build something, you see this and you're like, you know what? I want to do this. I want to help other people in the same way. Then connect with your wellness advocate about getting this build guide. What this is going to do is just going to lay out the doTERRA business for you. It's going to explain exactly how it works. It's going to explain all the little details so that you can decide for yourself, is this something that I want to invest my time into? Or maybe it's not compatible with your time or your life right now, but at least you'll have the answers that you need and you won't be guessing about it. Okay, so the answer really is, whose life do you want to change? Whose life do you want to change? If it's just yours, that's awesome. Start there. That's where we all need to start. But if it is yours and others, then it's worth looking at. And I'm speaking on this, you know, we're right now in this transit. I was just doing a transit report for human design of transit of gate of integrity, dispensation and ideas. So a lot of us are having all these ideas of things that we want to do for our lives, change in our lives. And we're also sitting in this place of like integrity, and we're looking at our lives and the things that aren't in integrity anymore for us. And we're seeing where we need to let go of things and bring in things that do support us. That's a huge conversation right now. So if you're doing that in your life because you're realizing you need to change your lifestyle, or maybe you need to add sources of income because you're just not happy with where you are right now, or you need to change your sources of income, then I invite you to look at what has been presented tonight as options for all of that for you. And I love this. Every purchase changes the lives of growers in your communities for the better through doTERRA co-impact sourcing and doTERRA Healing Hands Foundation initiatives, which again, I can't speak highly enough. There's so many videos on this as well. So if you want to watch a video on co-impact sourcing and how it is that we source in these relationships and this foundation that we have, ask your advocate for them because they're so beautiful and they're worth watching. doTERRA improves lives every day all around the world. Join us in making this world a healthier, happier place. That is my personal invitation to all of you. Reach out to your person and ask them all the questions. And remember that nature was man's first remedy, and everything that we need can be found there. And you have choice. You have choice. You have choice. You can choose to take care of yourself in a different way, in a better way. Okay. So I'm going to stop sharing right now, and I'm going to go to YouTube and see if you have any questions. If you have not been able to leave any questions on YouTube, but you have them, please leave them wherever you're watching this, and I will answer. I think I see a little bit. No, I don't see any comments, at least for me. Really quickly, I'm just going to show you the kits guide so that you guys can see all of the kits that are available and how different they all are. Okay, so the smallest one we have is the Simple Solutions right here, and it's deep blue, which is that muscle rub. And it also comes with a 15 milliliter of lemon and a 15 ml of On Guard and Serenity. This is such an amazing kit to start with. It's our smallest one. You can add anything extra too that you want to this as well, but it just gives you some of our most powerful and unique blends, as well as other like cornerstone products. The Aroma Essentials comes with this beautiful diffuser, and it brings 5 ml of wild orange and peppermint, and then 5 ml of Balance, Citrus Bloom, On Guard, Serenity, Breathe, Cheer, Adaptive, which is for anxiety and is hands down like my favorite oil, and Northern Escape. This one is super, super popular for anyone who wants to have an environment to work with aromatics and mood. Okay, so if you really want help with mood, that's right here. Okay, Healthy Habit Start is the one that I talked to you guys about, that I got. Healthy Start, and then this is the Healthy Habits. We've already saw those in the presentation. The Home Essentials looks a lot like this one, except the bottles are 15 ml. Okay, so that's the difference. These are all the tiny 5 ml bottles that look like these. These are all bigger bottles, or 15 ml bottles. Okay, and you get this diffuser, the petal diffuser, the Natural Solutions kit we already covered as well. So there are a couple of options depending on your needs to start. Your wellness advocate is going to be more than prepared to have that conversation with you and kind of direct you. If you just want to look at stuff yourself, perfectly fine. I left the link to my shop directly on top of this video in my group. So look for your person's link as well. And if you don't see it anywhere near the video, just ask them. And you can, right when you click on that link, there's going to be a shop button that pops up so that you can get anything you want retail. And there's going to be a become a member. If you click on become a member, it's going to direct you to these kits, and it's going to ask you which kit do you want, and then you get to select that, and it'll process you very easily. It's super, super intuitive and a very easy process. You don't necessarily have to have any of us on hand to talk to, but if you want to talk to us because you have questions, that's also perfectly fine. All right. So I hope that this kind of demystified essential oils for you, answered your main questions, and inspired you to choose different options and to look in other places for solutions that work in your home and for your family. There's a lot of nuances, of course, like how do you dilute a ruler for kids and all these kinds of things. That's something that you can direct to your wellness advocate as well. We're happy to answer those questions. But overall, I hope you're leaving this feeling inspired and like excited about essential oils. And if you have any questions, reach out to your doTERRA